Hey guys, been a long time. Sorry about that. Oh, it feels good. Today is my 50th birthday. So I figured I'd make a video and while I got a few minutes while my mom's getting ready for my birthday dinner, we go to the Island View Casino in Gulfport. They got an incredible spread, seafood buffet, extravaganza. I figured I got a couple minutes. I might as well answer a few questions, do an impromptu Q&A thing. I think it's crazy that I started this YouTube journey thing when I was 35. I told my mom that I wanted to start this YouTube thing and talk about movies and stuff, and she surprised me. And she went to Kmart. Believe it or not, we did have a Kmart. And she bought me this flip video camera. The one I'm shooting with right now. The same camera. It's been sitting in a fucking drawer for years. It's a tube buddy flip video camera thing. It's what I shot my very first video on, Skyfall Sucks or whatever that movie review thing was. I just thought it'd be fun to use the same camera, and I'm still doing this shit all these years later, and I never thought I'd be 50 years old, but here I am. So I got 3 questions here, the most asked questions, because you never know if you're gonna wake up tomorrow. Biggest question I get, aside from why are you so fat? Number 1 question is Movie Slob a character? What is all of this? Welcome Mathewson, what kind of name is that? Blah, 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 blah. Yes, my name is Welcome Mathewson. I'm named after my great-grandfather or something. I know it's a weird name, but, it's kind of grown on me. Much smarter people than me have always said them famous quotes and stuff about things people wear masks. Everyone wears a mask and plays a character in your day-to-day lives. I think that's obviously true. So, I've been catching shit for years for this thing, and I thought it was funny. Like, most of you guys, the characters you play and the mask you wear are fucking tragedies. Like, Shakespearean-level tragedies, and I don't poke fun at you motherfuckers, or you don't catch shit for it. Why? Because I say controversial things that everybody's thinking. It's fucking ridiculous. But to be totally honest with you, I don't even know anymore where he begins and I begin, or where I end, or any of that shit. Like, I lost track of that a long time ago. And that's kind of what my life has become. It's like this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing. Like, has anyone actually ever read that fucking book or seen that old-ass movie? I haven't. I'm not even joking. Like, I don't know which one is the bad guy, the monster. Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. Whichever one the monster is, that's who Movie Slob is. And I thought it was really fucking obvious putting a theme song at the beginning of each video where I sing this ridiculous theme song. I thought it was pretty good. Funny song, but over the years and years and years, no one got it. Less and less people were watching. So I just gotta tell people it's a character. Because something about when you make people feel stupid, they stop watching your videos or something. I don't know. So I got this disclaimer thing now. And for the last year or so, I've been struggling with like identity crisis, especially since I'm getting older and older. I don't know who the fuck I am. I don't know who I ever was to begin with. And on some level, it just feeds into everything else, about my life, is that I failed in everything. The numbness of my life, I figured it out, and I think that what it actually is that I'm just like dying, like for real, like getting to the point where my body's shutting down, and it's God's way of just trying to like make it less painful or something. So I'm forgetting stuff, I'm losing all my memories and emotions and cares and opinions and stuff. Like, honestly, like I go to the movies now, or I watch a movie and I don't know what the fuck I'm watching. I don't know where I'm at. Like, why am I sitting here stuffing my face with popcorn and McDonald's and all this stuff in the movie theater? And like, I'm not getting anything from it emotionally, physically a little bit. I get full, but that's about it. Like, I don't laugh at comedies. I don't cry at tragedies. And this is not me trying to get sympathy on my birthday. My problem is me. And if you just understood that that's what this is me trying to figure stuff out, then you'd have a better time with it, I promise you. If you look at my subscribers, my comments, my views, things like that, yes, a lot of that has to do with me always quitting before I tried to do anything. That's the story of my life. I've always been a quitter. But it's also another way of looking at this. Even me, Movie Slob, in my peak, when I had the most subscribers and most views and all that sort of thing, I think my lack of success is not because people don't get it or that everyone's a retard. I think it's just the reality is that my videos aren't that good. And like the guardrails, the quality guardrails that kind of still exist, maybe they just held up, right? And they stopped bullshit like what I do from breaking through. That's how I like to see it. So the second biggest question people ask me is, what is the Star Wars diet? I think a lot of people think it's a joke. It's actually not. This is one of the things that's not a joke. Star Wars diet is something I came up with back in the day when, I don't know, I forgot when those shitty J.J. Abrams Star Wars movies, when they first, Force Awakens, whenever that came out, I was around 650 to 700 pounds, right? And people often ask me this. They say, how can you get so fat? How could you not know? Why couldn't you just stop eating? Why couldn't you just lose weight? Really caring, heartfelt questions like that on a daily basis. And the answer to that is, it's simple. Like, you don't know. You really don't. And people on YouTube videos and TikTok stuff will tell you, you know, you're a loser and you had to have known, it's all your fault. I get comments on this. I used to get them all the time. Crazy comments about how I'm setting a bad example. Like a character called Movie Slob is setting a bad example for people, and that I'm just lazy and stuff like that. But the reality is, for whatever reason, whatever trauma or thing happens to you, your brain changes. Things start to slow down in kind of a profound way. Everything slows down. Your breathing, your thinking, it all becomes this weird blur. Different than the blur I'm in now. I'm just getting old. I'm like 50 now. Best way to explain this is like flying on an airplane. If you've ever flown on an airplane before, when you're in the air and you're going hundreds of miles an hour and you're 10, 20,000 feet up there, your brain can't process how fast you're going and how far you've flown and all that sort of thing. You just, all you see is like cotton balls outside your window. It's really hard for normal people like me to wrap their brain around how fast you're moving, what's actually happening. You're actually seat buckled into a chair that's strapped to 2 rockets. Okay? That's what's actually happening. It's very similar to being 650, 700 pounds. You just don't realize how fast you're going, what's actually happening. You can't breathe. Like, my literal oxygen is being cut off to my brain. I fall asleep everywhere. The movie theaters, driving, which was dangerous. You sleep, you have to take naps. So you take 4 or 5 naps a day, 3 or 4 hours. Anytime you're awake, you're eating to fill some void and some numbness. And when you're not doing that, you're sleeping. So I was sleeping like, I don't know, 16 plus hours a day. That's how you don't lose weight. That's how you don't just lose track of time, you lose track of reality. And there's gotta be lots of people like that out there, not just me. And the way that I pulled myself out of that was I didn't do it myself. I had an intervention. My mom and my sister and my uncle, my dead uncle, everybody knows my dead uncle. He was really like one of my heroes. And you know, I exaggerate some of the shit that he said and done. You know, this is all for fun. But in the real world, they had an intervention. We were supposed to be going to a buffet, like we always do. Like, and we were going to Chinese buffet. Like, I didn't even know what planet I was on. You know, my mom is like, she's old and crippled and fucked. And like, everyone's like, you're living with enablers. Everyone's an enabler, blah, blah. Everyone has answers to your problems, but they don't know anything, right? So we were supposed to be going to this buffet, and then I woke up and they were all sitting in a half circle or what, waiting for me. And they just told me, you're going to die. And like, regardless of what you're going through, you're not going to be going through anything soon because you're going to eat yourself to death. So that was a huge rude awakening, whatever you want to call it. And so from that point on, I started giving a shit. And they kept reminding me, you know what I mean? It wasn't a one-time thing, like, oh, we love you, we don't want you to die. It was constant check-ins. My sister bought me a membership to the YMCA. You know, my uncle was helping me with transportation, helping me get side jobs, paying my way, and all kinds of things. And I went from literally Walking Dead to this, right? Like, I'm under 500 pounds, which is good. I'm getting there, but you know, anything's better than where I was. And a lot of what helped me with that amazing progress and stuff that I made was my Star Wars diet, which was, I needed a carrot at the end of my stick on a string to chase, something to look forward to, because I had nothing, literally nothing to look forward to. And somehow I got it in my mind. I convinced myself that any new Star Wars was better than nothing, which was everything else in my life. So I put that Star Wars carrot at the end of the stick, and I told myself, you're going to walk a little bit each day. You're going to stop eating as much. You're going to exercise more. You're going to make it to see that Force Awakens. And then I got to the Force Awakens, and I was like, okay, that sucked, but you're going to make it to The Last Jedi. And I kept walking. I kept swimming, and I made it to The Last Jedi. I was like, that sucked even harder. It was weird, and I kind of liked some of it, but it still sucked, and now I got to make it to the Rise of the Skywalker thing. And I kept working, and I kept walking and swimming, and I made it to the Rise of the Skywalker. And by the time that came out, I didn't need the Star Wars diet anymore. I still hop on it every once in a while. When I start to go back down that fat boy slip and slide, I pull out the Star Wars diet, but I don't use it anymore. Don't listen to the naysayers. Just remember sticks and stones. I remember the first comment I ever got on my channel was some black woman calling me an ugly fat cracker. That was the first comment I ever got. Did that make me racist? Did that make me want to seek revenge on women or black women or people? No. Just made me work a little bit harder. Because honestly, I don't think she was offended enough. And before I wrap this up with the third and final question, my mom just got these and they're fucking insanely good. Okay? This is the Cheetos Flamin' Hot Dill Pickle Puffs. I'm just being honest with you. I've never really cared about Flamin' Hot, and I've definitely never cared about dill pickle. This is one of the best ever. And I'm not just starving, I just ate. So I'm not even hungry. I'm eating these kind of a treat because I'm doing a fun video thing, but also because this is one of the best flavored snack products I've ever eaten. And like, I got no sponsors or any reason to tell you this other than I'm trying to spread the joy. The third question that I get the most often is like a amalgamation of questions. They're all the same question. It's basically, why do you YouTube? I get all kinds of different variants of that question. It's essentially it's the equivalent of someone asking you, why are you you? You know what I mean? It's a silly fucking question that I've never really understood. But when you're inundated over the years with the same fucking question every time, why are you you? But because I've been forced to think about myself trying to answer this question, I've kind of had like this retrospective introverted thing, thinking about myself, epiphany sort of thing, which is I have been living, I don't know how many years now, a huge distraction, trying to figure out how to put a square peg through a round hole, right? Life is a round hole. Success is the round hole. Movie Slob is a square peg. You can't make the square peg fit through the round hole. That's just not how it works. But we were convinced, especially my mom, because she's fucking even dumber than me, but we were convinced if the thumbnail looked a certain way, or if the video title was a certain way, or if the video length was a certain length, that I could get successful and get more views and stuff. That's just not how it works. No matter how I package my product, people do not like it. And that's sincerely led me to this huge realization as of today. Like you'll notice if you look at the channel and stuff, I've been living a distracted life. I said this earlier, but I really mean it, is that I've always been a giver-upper. That's who I am. So I asked myself, why do I always give up on everything? Literally everything. And that's when I realized I give up on those things because that's not who I am. I'm a giver-upper. I'm not speaking for anyone else. You guys do you, whatever the fuck works for you. What I'm going to try, stick with me here, I have a point. What I'm going to try is to not try at all. So from this point on, I already told my mom, stop paying the Asian kid. No offense to Asians, whatever, he did a fabulous job, but we can't afford that anymore, and I'm not doing it. I'm not doing thumbnails or any of that stuff. I had people watching my videos and streams and telling me what to say and what not to say. I'm just going to do what I did in my very first video 100 million fucking years ago with the Skyfall sucks. I just set up my camera, this camera, just like this, and I hit record, and I just spoke my mind. I'm gonna give that a try, without trying. No clickbait, no thumbnails, no rules. Just me. Welcome. Being a fucking loser. So that's it. That's the 3 biggest questions I get. I hope that you guys got something out of that, or future guys in the future when I'm dead and gone. Someone will get a kick out of this, maybe learn a little something. little reminder you're not alone out there, people, no matter how fucking stupid or worthless you are, which I'm certain you are that. No matter how fucking stupid or worthless you are, you've got friends in places you didn't even know existed, okay? I promise you that. And the haters are everywhere, in your family, at your school, they're everywhere. Don't let it get to you. Fuck them. Do your thing. Follow your heart, not your brain. And if you're a fat fucking pile of shit like me, get a program. Get out there. You gotta leave your house. Go to the gym and swim in the pool. I'm telling you, changed my life. You don't have to do any of the fancy, all the crazy exercise things you see on TV. They're super nice and helpful. Everyone at the YMCA, it's really affordable. Changed my life, for real. So get out there, fuck the haters, and sincerely, thanks to everyone who stuck by me through thick and thin over the years. I'm not going anywhere in this life or the next. So, till next time.
I'm just a little person, one person in a sea of many little people who are not aware of me. I do my little job and live my little life. Eat my little meals, miss my little kid and wife, and somewhere, maybe someday, maybe somewhere far away, I'll find a second little person who will look at me and say,